I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
The White Springs decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to any nays.
Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the Refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the Refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The Refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the Refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them.
Only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else. Oh, if only he would dust those shelves of his.
I think I need a vacation.
Welcome back, dear. Now, where were we?
Oh, how are we going to accommodate so many guests?
Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it. Very much still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you.
Boy, is it
As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for.
Chassis on the way in. How rude.
Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed it to better reflect its dreadful circumstances.
How are we going to accommodate so many guests? They aren't even paying. The White Springs decor.
They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Roridge. Delightful man.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
Indeed, isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now. I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way.
If
If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Miss Lennox.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're
I
making.
heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe.
Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer. Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the Refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded.
Miscreant from Crater scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude.
Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the Refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the pit union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Lunch is now
Bonjour.
served. Please have a
My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and potato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process. Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
These robots sure make my job easier.
Considering all the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt safer. Considering all the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt
I
safer.
think we can make this place home for a lot of people, yourself included.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe and not somewhere like that.
No reservations required. Help yourself to any table.
I was out scavenging for food earlier. Only got attacked by Scorch once. Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
I could really use a drink, but Rucker wants us sober on the job.
We could always use an extra hand around here. I heard there's a chess set around here if you ever want to play.
This bloodleaf aioli really elevates the mirelurk meat. This is smelling delicious. Let's add more flavor with some salt and pepper now.
Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responder sounded like too much work. This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. Can't get in the back by myself.
Wonder why they call it the pit. Probably better I don't have to know.
How are the folks at Foundation doing? If I wasn't so busy, I'd go visit sometime.
I can't wait until dinner.
Good evening. Here for dinner? Please feel
I hope we
free
get some
to
that claw meat
seat
soon. Its
yourself.
tenderness is magnifique.
The potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rats. I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person could be spread so thin.
You'd think with all that tinkering Skippy does, that he'd have come up with something more medicinal. Hunger's no problem too big to solve.
No mouth in Appalachia will go hungry with Chef Esme around. Superbe! Now that your stew is done, it is time to add your own special touch. That is an interesting choice. I hope you don't mind if I refuse to taste it. I'm not one for altering my state of mind. Here is your finished stew. Now, it is time to feed some of the hungry. I believe you can find the raider and settler representatives in the bar area. You must make a choice, since there is not enough to feed everyone, I'm afraid. I'll do my best to gather more ingredients so that we can cook again another time.
There's times you've got to accept the cards you were dealt and learn to make the best of it.
There's a lot of supplies here that look ripe for the picking.
Are you at the Refuge? We've got people going hungry, and too many mouths to feed at Foundation. Really? Chems? You trying to turn our people into addicts or something?
Wonder if they have any chems laying around.
Pretty bold choice, and not one I would have made. What do you think of the decor here?
Well, hello there, stranger. Pleased to meet you. I'm Sophie Wagner. Look around. The Refuge. Quite a place, isn't it? I mean, sure, fancy pants golf club resort, that's nice, but I'm talking about the Refuge. A haven for the lost, the dispossessed, the hungry, and unfortunate. A monument to our ability to have compassion for each other. Isn't it grand? Isn't it worth preserving, building, growing? Now that's what I'm talking about. People supporting each other. You got the right spirit. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but well, we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the Refuge running. Let me check my notes. Rucker's been in a tizzy because we just don't have enough wood to keep up. It'd be a big help if you could donate maybe 50 pieces of scrap. One less thing on Rucker's mind, you know.
The work I do is extremely rewarding. But boy, is it tiring.
That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though. If you want to come back, bring it by later. If you can, of course. You know where to find me. It'd really make my day if you did.
Check in with the medics if you're feeling under the weather. I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe.
Glad to see you've returned. Are you ready to donate? You do? Amazing. Thank you so much. This is going to be a big help. It just so happens I got a little something for you as a reward for your generosity. Rucker set aside some ultrasight battery cells that can spare you from the ones the White Spring management doles out. Fancy a vertibird trip? They're not much use for anything else, but I got a feeling you're gonna need them. See? Mutual aid. Everybody wins. Thanks so much for the help. Drop by again. If I know Rucker, I'll be looking for something new every day. Take care of yourself.